You don't need more content, and you certainly don't need another funnel. You simply need to be remembered. Let me guess, you've watched countless tutorials, you've listened to many experts on the internet, and you've even tried many growth hacks and possibly run some paid ads. But then still, people are not engaging and they're not converting either. It's not because you're not good at what you do, but it's simply because they don't remember you for who you truly want to be. Hey, my name is Abba Emmanuel and I run a growth marketing agency called Created by Abba. But way before now, when I was still figuring things out, I had a tiny newsletter called Abba's Digest. The goal of the newsletter was simple: just reach out to those who already knew me. That one newsletter helped me grow my agency to $5,000 monthly recurring revenue. And that's when it hit me. Marketing is not about being loud or about being expensive. It's simply about being unforgettable. You need to stay memorable in every marketing activity you engage in. So now I teach people how to stay memorable because that's the only marketing strategy that actually works in 2025. Let me show you how. So let's talk about the first point here. Being memorable is the new marketing now. Most people are out here chasing attention, but attention fades while memory sticks. You scroll past over 50 pieces of content every single day, but how many of this content do you actually remember? And that's the point I'm trying to make. Being memorable means when people come across your name or your content, they actually feel something. They feel a connection. And being memorable is not about chasing trends or going viral. It's about being original and familiar at the same time. And that's how I've positioned my agency, Created by Abba. We're not just another marketing agency. We're a growth marketing agency with creative direction baked in. And that's what makes us stand out. That's what helps people to remember us. Let me tell you how Stay Memorable started. Here's the backstory. When I started sending Abba's Digest, the goal was very simple: to keep in touch with those who I've already had conversations with. That's creative folks, studio owners, and even past clients. But then something interesting really happened. People started replying me. I didn't expect that, but then just from sending bi-weekly emails, I started getting replies and responses and building conversation. And that exactly took me to where I wanted to be. It helped people to start seeing me for how I wanted to be seen. It also helped me to be remembered. It helped me stay memorable. And that was where I coined the term stay memorable. Although at that point, it wasn't a newsletter, it was just a term I had written in my head somewhere down. And at that point, I had also realized or discovered or figured out, whichever one you want to go with, that I'm going into marketing now full time. So I already told myself that I'm going to use my creative direction skills and my marketing experience to start my marketing agency. And stay memorable was going to be our catchphrase. So fast forward to later, that's fast forward to now, that we're a full-blown marketing agency. I then knew I had to double down on what worked. That's when Stay Memorable was actually born, the newsletter. And the link is in our description just in case you want to join and see what's going on there. But then let's be real, if people don't remember you for who you are, if people don't remember you for your originality or familiarity, nobody's going to engage with you and nobody's going to buy what you're selling. Okay, so now at this point, you might be thinking, how do you actually stay memorable? If you think about it, it's actually very simple. There's no need to complicate things, and there's a couple of ways you could do this that don't require you to, be dancing on TikTok. So the first one is newsletters, like I just talked about. Newsletters are very basic. They're the best way of building a community. Let's say a community that actually remembers you, a community that supports and cheers you on. Here's my personal advice from my own experience, or something that has worked for us rather. You keep your tone friendly and informal sometimes, just like a friend checking in. The next one is going to be social posts. So with social posts, it's best you keep it consistent. Not only consistent in your visual or in your style, but also in the values and the tone that you communicate with your audience. After this, you also have webinars and workshops. So the goal of this is to share valuable pieces of information. Everyone likes to learn something, and what's a greater way to be remembered than putting your perspective out there? For instance, after watching this video, if you wake up tomorrow or 2 days after and you think of the term stay memorable, who are you going to remember? Obviously. So that's what I mean. So it's good to teach people something, share what you already know, or share what you're thinking in webinars or workshops, and that can help you also stay memorable. And here is one also important way that we might be neglecting now, especially in this digital age. Physical meals. Yeah, I said it. Physical meals. Physical meals work a whole lot. So let's say you've got a whole newsletter list, or you've got some contacts you're trying to reach out to. Instead of sending out emails and landing in their spam or being in a full box of other emails. Why don't you try sending out a physical mail? You could make your physical mail stand out. The design could be unique, the color could be suited to your brand, and who knows, in a mailbox full of white envelopes, the red envelope is definitely going to stand out. But here's the point: you don't need to do all of these I just mentioned. You could simply pick 1, 2, or 3 and be very good at it. The goal is to be consistent, the goal is to show up, and the goal is to stay top of mind. That's all. It's very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Some people give up after 1 or 2 tries, saying, oh, they didn't get any response or they didn't get any engagement on their post. But the reality is far from that. The truth is that it takes about 7 touch points before someone decides to take action. And that could be them seeing your name in their email or seeing your face on a Zoom panel or webinar. The right mindset you should have is that you're not bugging these people, but rather you are trying to build familiarity with them. People need time, so you shouldn't be focused on chasing quick wins, but rather building trust in simple, small layers. Lastly, AI has changed everything. Look, AI is useful, I get it, I use it too, but then let's not pretend it hasn't made the internet feel like one big copy and paste loop. Same tone and tweets everywhere, but then that makes you even much more powerful, because if you show up with these lessons I'm teaching you on how to stay memorable, that's by telling your true stories, by using your true voice, people are definitely going to notice. You don't need to compete with AI, just don't become it. So if what I've been saying in this video is making sense to you and you want to build that kind of brand that people actually remember, join our newsletter using the link below in the description, and you learn how we tell our personal stories that help us stay memorable. So yeah, being remembered actually beats being followed. You should focus less on how often you are seen and more about how deeply you have felt. Use what you already have, say what only you can say, and watch what happens when people start thinking about you first. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Stay real, stay consistent, and stay memorable. See you in the next video.